After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 262. It is Monday, June 5th, 2017, as we are recording. We want to welcome everyone to the PHN Woman Cave. I am Arlesia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
And we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. If you are new, thank you for joining us. We hope you will return, that you find something you enjoy. If you are returning, we're glad to have you back. Yay. And if you are in the shadows, either new or returning, please feel free to join the Ravelry group so you can be eligible for the prizes and giveaways and things. And if you watch on YouTube, please don't hesitate to press the subscribe button on your left.
Yes.
Okay.
My hair is like doing whatever the heck it wants right now.
We do have, excuse me. Oh, okay, sorry about that. We do have a few new members. We have official members. L.A.
Lagor?
L-A-W, all caps, A-G-O-R.
Lagor?
Yeah, I don't have a name, but welcome. The Knitting Dane 78, who is Bettina. And Bettina, I feel like I've seen you somewhere else, and I don't know where, but welcome
The name is
to the Woman Cave. And E.F. Geary, I hope I said that right. Lisa, welcome Lisa.
Welcome. F. Geary?
Yes, and then we have Caslee, K-A-S-L-E-E, Caslee, who's Kathy. Welcome, Kathy. So we welcome all of you. I think that's 4 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. So welcome to the Woman Cave. We're glad to have you with us officially. We hope you enjoy viewing the podcast. We look forward to getting to know you better and seeing your projects.
What's in your mug?
I have chai tea in my mug. It's kind of rainy and chilly out today, so we're kind of sleepy. And it's in my, if you see me looking this way and that way, the microphone is cutting my view of the monitor.
Remember, you can look at
and I know I can look at that, but I can't see it very well. So anyway, this is my Team Owl mug. York the Owl. And I'm actually holding it in my right hand. It says Team Owl on it. There we go.
And in my tortoise versus hair bag.
Bag?
Wow.
She's drinking out of bags now. She's a horse. Oh, bag now? Oh, big, no, you don't get to go to sleep. You
Yes,
just woke
I
up.
do.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Hang on, I didn't see what I was drinking.
Well, you're dozing.
Cafe District black tea. Black tea, orange peels, blue cornflowers, Oregon lavender, bergamot oil, lime extract, love and gratitude.
No caffeine in that one?
Oh no, there's caffeine in this one. I need caffeine. This one's very good.
Yeah?
I remember
Looks very
liking this
dark.
one a lot.
Looks very dark. This one smells, it tastes as good as it smells.
Yes.
Is there a lot of fruit in
I
that?
need you to put it down. It's a lime that you're tasting.
It tastes really good.
You got some orange in there too.
That's a citrus tea.
Mm-hmm.
That tastes yummy. I like that. Okay, moving on. We do want to have one more shout out for E. Fuller. Ellen, this is the last time we can shout you out for this. If we don't hear from you between now and next week, we're going to have to re-pull for the Happy Feet yarn bundle. So please, Ellen, if you see this, or if one of our viewers knows Ellen, give her a nudge so she can know what she won, so she can claim this. Otherwise, we're going to have to re-pull, and I kind of hate for her to lose it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. All right. We like to keep it for about a month, and then we like to either put it back in the pot or redraw. And since we're getting a little bit, that's a big prize, I kind of like to get it out of the house.
Yeah.
Okay. In other groups, we still have the Yarn and I Cappy podcast, and that is a Cal that she's doing to help fight depression. You know, anything that you knit or crochet in support of yourself. And the rules are in her group, and it also dovetails into our autism awareness. So you have to look at her group for the rules, because Cappy's rules are different. So that's something that's going on over there, and you use the hashtag 123 for me Cal, and that's KALCAL, and that's December 31st until, I'm sorry, that's January 1st of this year to December 31st. I turned my notes over. Okay. Kenneth, who is the Turbo Knitter 64 of the Turbo Knitter podcast group, is having a June month of gratitude Cal, and the rules are in his group. He is podcasting again. It's about once a month or once every 6 weeks, I think. And you can start or bring out, start a new project or bring out an old one. You place it on Ravelry as a WIP. It has to be placed, I guess you have to have a project page. And as you work on your project, you make a note of what you're grateful for in the thread. So apparently I don't think you need to have pictures. I haven't been posting pictures every time. Neither has anybody else. You post the pictures as you can, but it's to make you more aware of what you're grateful for. I think it's a really good idea. It goes through the month of June. Okay, I need to write that down because Kenneth. All right. Packing Knits, as we said before, if you've watched this before, Heidi from the Packing Knits Design podcast is having her second annual Bright as the Sun Cal, which is just whatever reminds you of summer and spring, and it could be bright colors, whatever it is that kind of you pull in the spring summer type of theme. Okay, and the rules are in her group. They're very similar to ours, but you have to be a member of her group, so you might as well just go ahead and read the rules over there. And it goes March 1st through July 1st. Oh, I'm sorry. That's over.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
No, wait. July 1st. This is June.
Yes.
We have one more month. I'm sorry. It is still going on. And her group is the Packing Knits podcast group. And it's a lot of fun. She has a lot of activity over there as far as I can remember. I haven't been there a little bit. I have to go back and put some things in. But I've done that. I've taken part in that the last year that she did it. It was a lot of fun. Okay, now the second annual Whip It Cal is Laura from the Crocheting Whovian, and I do believe that now also Heidi from Undead Yarn and Jeanette from a Bookish Stitcher podcast?
Yes.
Yeah. They are also joining this Whip It Cal. They all have their own rules, so you need to check it. You need to be a member of the group to which you are posting, and it's exactly what it says. You're working on your whips. Okay? Laura's goes from May 10th through July 1st. I'm not sure about the others. Heidi was talking about potentially maybe doing it to the end of the year, but I'm not sure. So you need to be a member of the group, and you need to read their rules so you know what's going on. To get the plops done. So I'm going to be taking part in that. I have lots of plops and whips. Okay. The second annual Tortoise versus Hare Cal, and that's Laura Crocheting Whovian podcast again, but that does not start until July 1st. So you will be hearing more about that as we get closer. Excuse me, I just want this to get cold, and it's very high up. I don't want to spill it. Okay, the Harry Potter Cal, which is Victorian Studio, who is Maureen. She's hosting this for the entire year, and it is Harry Potter themed. So Harry Potter yarn, Harry Potter patterns, Harry Potter projects, I guess, names. She's pretty
if
open.
You could justify Harry Potterness about it.
Yes, she's pretty lenient about that. So that's a lot of fun, and the rules are in her group. You have to be a member of her group, obviously, to participate. And I say obviously, like it's obvious. Maybe it's not obvious, but you should be a member of the group to which you are participating. So, she's a fantastic podcast. All the podcasts that I mentioned are really, really good. Okay. All right. I think that is it for... I feel like I'm missing somebody, and I don't know who it is.
Did you cover our cow?
And I'm going into that now. I feel like I'm missing something. If I've forgotten you, it's not intentional. I just can't find you. Okay.
Well, there's so many cows going on.
Yeah, there are a lot of cows going on. And they're all fun, and they're all worth, doing if you can. darn it, I just know there's something I'm missing and it's going to bug me. Okay.
Well, if it comes to your mind, you can always say it.
Yes. All right, so we're going to go into autism awareness. We had some autism awareness facts last week, so we're not going to do anything this week because we have a lot going on in terms of, I want to show you the prizes and things. This Cal started April 1st and goes through June 30th. So that means the end of this month. We still have time to finish. Anything bright colored. It can be, well, let me give you the rules first. You can post one WIP, which is work in progress for those of you who are new and maybe new to knitting and crocheting.
Or at least new to online lingo.
Right.
For sure.
And I don't think many people are, but in case you are, one WIP per project per week means one work in progress
picture
per project per week. So if you have 4 projects and you work on 4 of them during the week, you can post each WIP during the week. The FO whenever it's finished. So one WIP per project per week. The FO, finished object, whenever it's done. Doesn't matter if you did a WIP picture that week. If you have the FO, you can post that still. Okay? So one WIP per project per week. One FO whenever it's done. It can be knitted, crocheted, or loom knitted. It needs to be bright colored. At least about 75% bright colored. We're not, like I said, going to be, trying to hit a little ruler and see. We're going to trust you. We have had some questions. We do appreciate people asking the questions. And for the most part, if you say it's bright, we're going to take your word for it,
right,
because monitors are different and we trust you.
And cameras are different.
Cameras are different, all that. So lighting, whatever. So if you say it's bright, we're going to take your word for it unless it's absolutely obvious that it's not. Like it's,
right,
black or, brown or something like that. And it's a majority of a dark, like a black or a brown or something like that. But for the most part, you guys know what bright is, and that can be kind of subjective. We understand that. So do your best to keep it bright, and we'll trust you. Okay? Let's see here. The tag is PHN AA 2017 and hashtag PHN AA 2017 for us. Crocheting Hoovian, who's one of our co-hosts, has asked that you put CW PHN AA 2017 with or without the hashtag, depending on where you're posting the tag. We also have, I drew a complete blank. There's us, there's Laura, there's Monkey Butt Babies, who is Jessica from the All Days Fun, and there's Cappy from the Yarn and I had to say her first, apparently. Jessica.
Oh, okay.
Jessica does not have a podcast, but Cappy does, and Cappy's is very informative. Cappy is one of the most generous people I know. She finds out how to do things or knows how to do them, and she's willing to share it. She's like a gold mine, okay? She really is. Her family has history in the fiber arts, and she's really knowledgeable. So if you're not a member of Cappy's group, you need to get to become a member of her group, because she's really what's the word I'm looking for? I can't draw it out of my head. She's very...
Thinking's not happening over here today.
I can see that. It's not helping.
I'm sorry.
She's very giving of her knowledge.
Generous?
I said that already, so I don't know what I was trying to say. Anyway, you get the idea. So that's Cappy, and her rules, as I said, for the autism awareness are quite different from ours. She has a thread for the flow wrap and the virus shawl that ties into our autism awareness, and also for that other Cal I was telling you about, that the 1, 2, 3 for me Cal. So, just join her group if you want to take part there, and look at her threads, look at her rules, and by all means, if you're looking for another podcast or you want something that's got a lot of information content in it, watch Cappy. She's very entertaining and she's very informative. That's the word I was looking for, informative.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so as I said, our
So glad I could help.
our co-hosts are Laura, Crocheting Hoovian, Monkey Butt Babies, who is Jessica, and Cappy, who is from the Cappy Yarn and I podcast. Okay, let's see here. I did this. I wanted to show you the prizes because we have some very, very nice prizes, and we do have suggestions if you don't know what you want to do. If you're new to the group, there is a list of different patterns and things that you can use if you like, but you don't have to. Whatever you want is fine.
No, they have to use our suggestions.
Oh, and I forgot to say that if you finish a project that is a Franciscan Gypsy design or a Crocheting Hoovian design, if you finish your finished objects and you finish those, they are eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Okay, so you get a double chance at a prize for a finished object that's a Franciscan Gypsy design or a Crocheting Hoovian design. If you use Undead Heidi's Autism Awareness yarn, or any of my Lady Fernico Creations bright yarn, like my Foot in the Woman Cave, or some of the other ones that I may be posting a little bit later up in the shop. Those are bright, then you get 2 chances at a prize for the finished object in that. And I do have some up now as well. But
speaking of fun, I think I might dip into the fun thread for the pictures before the podcast this time, because I haven't shown any of the fun.
Yeah, that would be fun to have. That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
Okay, so you'll get double chances at prizes for an FO that is Franciscan Gypsy Designs, Crocheting Hoovian design patterns, Undead Yarns, Autism Awareness yarn, and Lady Fertico Creations bright yarns, bright colors. Okay.
Has Heidi put out her second shawl yet, or is she still working on that one?
Well, she showed it on the podcast. I don't know if it's out yet.
I'm behind on podcasts right now.
I just watched Heidi before I left for when I was putting things together for the podcast before I went to adoration. Okay, I do have prizes to show. Let me see what I pull up first here. Let me pull up. Okay, well, I'll pull this one up first. We have cards from Brittany, who is B-Wing, and her cards are awesome. This is not, that's cardiac. This is the one she's giving us for the Autism Awareness. Some Brittany. She has lovely note cards, and then their tags on the back.
Yes, very nice.
Okay, so that's really nice. That's one prize.
And everyone who has received a package from us has received a Brittany card at some point.
Yes, at some point. This is from Mama C. This is Comfort Sock Barocco.
Barocco's good
Sock
yarn.
weight, and this is 50% superfine nylon, 50% superfine acrylic, and it is 447 yards. So you can make socks with this, with just this one skein, or shawlette. It's a really pretty color. It's not coming up very well. It's kind of the same color as my. Well,
no, it's more red.
It's more red, but it's it's very pretty. I call it kind of a cranberry. So that's really pretty. If you get that, you might want to save it for your Christmas socks.
Yes.
Or something. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and we have. I'm not sure which one of these. This came from Red Salt Box with Lisa. These are Delicue needle cases. So one of these will be up. I'm not sure which. Whichever one I pull out when I pull the numbers will be the one that's going for this along. And the other one will go for the cardiac. So one of these will be going. And I'm sorry for the crinkling. I'm not really, but there you go. These are from Cappy. These are the stitch markers that her mother made. You saw them on my projects. They're the turtles. And this is the one. These are the stitch markers that Heidi from Packing Knits donated. Okay.
That's the one that's really noisy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. I'm trying to get through the physical prizes first. Okay, this is from Victorian Studio with Maureen. And we have 3 sets of these that she made. I don't know if you can see the sparkle on them, but there's 3. And if you watch her podcast, she shows how she made these.
You can see it sparkle now a little bit.
She made these by hand, and it's an amazing process. So we have 3 sets of these. So 3 lucky winners for these. And we are very, she just blows me away with the stuff she makes.
Yes, she does.
Okay.
She's a very talented lady.
She is. I think I'm actually going to take this out of the box and put it in that other container with the other markers in here. Okay. And then Laura Concert donated this. This is a beautiful skein of yarn. Look at that. It's called Rapturous. It's purple. It's a wild iris, so you can't get another one of this. This is 560 yards.
Very pretty.
Looks like it has a sheen of something or other, doesn't it? Is that just the light? No, it does have kind of gradations. There's some blackish in here. Dark purple,
or brownish.
black. Yeah. It's beautiful skein. Absolutely gorgeous. So now these are the physical prizes, okay? We also have, let me see here. We have Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie from the Never Cast Off podcast. She's half of that group, that podcast. She's doing 2 patterns. So one for each of 2 lucky winners from her pattern shop. And she has some very lovely shawls and things. If you follow Never Cast Off podcast, she's been putting out patterns pretty quick. Some of them are helping her to get her schooling done, but some of them are just for whatever reason. They're beautiful patterns. I have 2 or 3 of her patterns.
I know you gave me one. Thank you.
And then Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila, also from the Never Cast Off podcast, the second half, and she's giving a $25 credit for merchandise from her Etsy shop. She does Thank God for Bads. You've seen her banner underneath our podcast threads. She has some lovely bags. She also has some sets. Now, the sets are not up for the prize, I'm sure, that she's done with Cappy, but they're really nice. They're yarn and bag. I think she only has about 6 of them up. And that's just a for your information. She's giving a $25 gift certificate to the winner of this. But I just want to let you know, in case you're looking for a kit of any kind, she and Cappy got together and they did sets of a bag and matching yarn.
I'm now hearing from Parrot Trap, let's get together. Yeah,
oh no!
Yeah.
Oh great! No! Okay, so that's that, and then we have, and I can't. I think it still must be over there. I thought I pulled everything.
Who played the husband in Let's Get Together? The father.
Brian Keith.
Okay, because I know it was someone that you kind of liked. That's kind of a low-key actor.
Yes. Tamora, who's Kayleen, donated the Imaginarium book, and it's in there somewhere. I have to find it again.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Underneath stuff.
Thank you for all the people who donated, because these are amazing prizes. You guys are really blessed and lucky. I'm jealous, but some of these prizes are amazing. All of these prizes are amazing.
Yes.
All right.
Only some of them, huh?
Yeah, only some of them. Okay, all of them are amazing. Oh, I'm just trying to get this out of my way.
That's a nice size bag.
Yeah, that's my Vera Bradley bag. I have to get down my way.
At some point, I'm going to have to pick up a real one.
Yeah. Okay, now. All right, moving on. Okay, we talked about all that. Okay, we basically already talked about autism awareness. There's not a whole lot we wanted to talk about that this week because, well, you'll see later on why we have other things at the other end that we want to do. And I think I have 10 projects, so how many do you have?
I haven't counted. Okay, Vleer and everyone else who is working on their test, make sure to pull out your toy right now so I can count.
Yes, we need to count. So Valeria and
Sienka
and Laura and who's the 4th one?
Oh, Donna.
Donna got in?
Yeah, Wilmily Donna's in.
Oh, that's right, Wilmily. I am not taking mine out. I do not wish to be confused.
So, everyone who has their projects out, make sure that you're trying to count something up right now because I'm going to be counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost count. Hold on.
5. Okay.
I lost count. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. I have 10, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
So 2 for you.
This was just for Valeria. She told us not to.
Yes. Yes, she did. So, it being Bizarro Land, and those who are familiar with Bizarro know that he's one of Superman's nemesis. But he, everything's backwards for him. So, friend is enemy.
Who was it? We were just watching something. Oh, it was the Batman, the 1960s Batman. They were talking to Falseface, and if they said, "I know you will cross me" or whatever, he meant, "I know you're not going to cross me ever," because everything was false.
Right.
So yeah, okay. I guess I go first.
You do go first.
In my Silver Shed USA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles extra large bag is my Avalon Shawl pattern.
Extra.
From the On the Forest Floor by Simone Carite. And I'm using US 7 4.5 millimeter fixed Chow Goose circular needles on a 40-inch cable and dragonfly fibers in the Kelpie, Riptide, and Mermaid colorways. And I made some progress on this. Not a whole lot, but some.
Is there a song called Riptide?
There's a show.
Is it a show?
Mm-hmm. It used to be a show back in the 70s.
What was the show about?
3 detectives on a boat.
Of course there was a cop show.
No, detectives, not a cop. Detectives.
Detectives.
As
That
in-
seemed to be like a thing that
Oh, it
they
was.
really
in the,
did
in the
back then.
70s, yeah. It was all, everybody were private detectives or cops or SWAT teams or whatever. Okay, so here, this is the front, I think. Yeah, this is the front. So it's starting to grow a little bit, actually.
Because Care Mrs. King was 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, early 80s? I don't remember. I don't think it was 70s.
Okay, I remember you watching it when I was little.
Well, that would have been 80s.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was reruns.
Yeah.
Look at that, isn't that pretty?
I really like those colors.
I haven't worked on mine for a while.
So this
I
is
need to.
this is fun now that I'm not worrying about the twigs. Not
Is it fun?
fun, absolutely fun. So I'm enjoying this, and I do a little at a time. I have to focus on it though, not because it's hard, but because I need to make sure of where I'm at, and I have to make sure I'm using the right color because we're doing different colors up the side. So that's that.
You know what keeps replaying at TV on work is, at work, you can see people watching it, is usually I see Murder, She Wrote.
Right. Well, that's
rerunning
always, yeah.
on TV. And sometimes Matlock.
Oh, Matlock, yeah. Okay, my next one is my Sunshine Blue Skies baby hat, and I didn't do a whole lot of work on this either. I just did a little bit. This is, I'm loom knitting this using the Cindy Loom and some mystery stash yarn in blue and yellow, and this will be for charity. I should probably take this loom out of here.
It is a Cyclops or Wolverine hat.
Yeah. I don't know. Wait a minute.
That took some talent. We're just right there.
I'm very talented. I hope I have enough colors. I'm running really low on the blue, so I hope I have enough colors to finish this. I have to measure it and see.
Mary posted on Facebook, Farmagurumi,
Oh, did she?
an article about espionage and knitting.
Ooh.
I reposted it. It's very
look at that.
fascinating. But actually, one of my friends from work who doesn't knit, Beth, she read it and it's like, this is actually fascinating, and she shared it.
Oh,
but the point I was going to make is one of the pictures in the article showed a bunch of soldiers from World War II who were convalescing. One of them was loom knitting.
Oh, that's cool.
And the other one was knitting.
Yeah.
And one of the nurses was winding up the ball of yarn for the one who was loom knitting.
Right.
But it was one of your. It wasn't this kind of loom. It was
The long one, the sock loom. They're called. I've heard them called knitting boards.
Okay. But I thought that was interesting
Yeah.
because I guess they would be kind of old looms, but
Well, yeah, they've been around for a while, I guess. So this, I don't know how much. Let me see how long. At least this is the equivalent of a bulky yarn. Let's see.
I have a history of knitting book. I should really pull it out and check.
I've probably got about 2 inches, 2.5 inches to do for this, so maybe a little bit more. Hopefully I don't run out of this blue yarn. I guess if I do, I'll have to learn how to add a color. Because I think I have more of it, I just have to find it. I hope I didn't give it away. I might have given it away, because I cleared out a lot of my acrylics, so we'll see. But this is fun. I'm enjoying it.
Because you actually use a lot of acrylics too.
I do. Well, I gave some away to Davina, and I gave a whole bunch away to Goodwill because it wasn't getting used. The acrylics. I have a whole bunch still. I have about 2
Although
shells.
you've cleared off
I did.
a lot.
Well, I had to clear out enough to put my bear yarn.
Where Mom's stash is behind the camera.
Mhm.
Where behind you guys. You're sitting in front of her stash, which is why you never see it.
Right. It's your turn.
Okay, so the first one for me barely got worked on. This is in my Silver Shred USA Autumn Leaves bag.
I was just checking the width of the bottom.
Oh, okay.
I need to contact Anne for a bag I wanted to make.
This holds the Christmas peppermint socks, which is the basic rib sock using Magic Loop pattern by Melissa Bayer. I'm using dragonfly fibers in the base dragon sock, and the colorway is still Christmas. Well, I didn't get a whole lot of work done on this because usually what I'll do is I will work. Wait, did I bring the Was it the other sock I worked on? I tried to work on one during CPR training when we were watching the videos, but they had a new teacher doing the CPR stuff, and she had someone watching her do the teaching, and that person didn't want me knitting during it, which is very rare. I can honestly say in all the years I've done CPR renewal and all my other different renewals, no one's cared. But this time I couldn't. But I actually don't remember if I worked on the sock during that. I can't remember when I worked on. Oh, I remember. I actually finished my charting. I was able to take a little break at work. It's been a long time since I've been able to take a break. And
That's good.
just measuring it. Okay, it is the right size. It just looks, for some reason, it looks tighter up here than it normally does, but it'll stretch.
That's gonna have to be washed separately, I think, a couple times.
But
Very vibrant.
it is very vibrant. It's been, for some reason, this part seems larger than it does lately. It has for my other socks, but this is the first time I've knit this pair of socks.
Oh, it is? What is it?
This pattern, the basic rip sock using magic loop pattern.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So I'm just gonna trust the pattern, keep on going. This is one where you do everything based on measurements.
Oh, right. That sounds like the best way.
Oh, it is,
I get-
especially when you're walking.
I get confused where I'm at a lot, so I prefer to just have to.
Well, that's the one
Measure.
thing. As much as I love the pattern that I use for my DK and sport weight yarns, it requires counting, and that's why it's usually not my travel project unless I'm sitting, because I've been known to lose count. I need to eventually do a measurement, but the thing is, it uses just the right amount of yarn when I follow the pattern
Right.
for me to use one skein of your sport weight and Heidi's sport weights.
I think we might have the same base for that.
Yeah. So it has just the right amount of yardage, and I don't want to mess it up because I can get it out of one skein.
Right.
But yes, very little work done on that pair of socks, because then I think I got an admission and I had to put it away.
Okay, so you have 7 now,
Yes.
and I have 8, so it's one at a time. Okay. Yes, one at a time. That works. Okay, let me see here. I did that one.
She's pulling into Davina. She wants to be last.
Not really.
Pulling
Okay.
into- When Davina gives gifts, she will try to arrange things. She thinks she's very sneaky. She'll try to arrange things, so her gift is the last one.
The last time, what was it, my birthday, that she forgot it upstairs?
And yes.
Okay, let's see here. All right, in my Kikiboo puzzle pieces, I guess this is a sock size bag.
I guess so. I
like this bag.
I like this bag.
That makes me happy. Denise gave this to me a couple of years ago. She gave us each one when she donated. And I did a lot of progress on this. I did this when we were sitting in the cafe at Books A Million. And
With her
just-
very disappointing chai tea.
yes, the barista or whatever you call it, he didn't quite know how to do it.
Yeah, it was lukewarm and not very tasty.
But we had a good time sitting there.
Yes,
My
we
husband
did.
went to Lowe's and he dropped us off at the bookstore. I made a lot of progress on this. I have hopes. Now, I had to order another skein of yarn because this says that I don't know what I was thinking. It takes less yarn than it takes more yarn than I have. So I had to order some more Madtosh, and I'm going to have to figure out how to alternate skeins for a little bit so I can use both skeins and not have a big line, because this is old skein. I got this before our LYS closed down. So, but I did. I think I did about this much on it.
You got quite a bit of work done. It does seem to be significantly larger.
So, I like this pattern. It's fun. I was so proud of myself. I looked at something, there's a hole in it, so I tinked back 3 rows and fixed it and went back. So I'm getting
She did
there.
it all by
I
herself.
did it all by myself and continued going. So I would have been further on it, but there you go.
She's growing up. She's all by
All by myself.
Okay, so this one actually hadn't gotten any work until we watched X-Men First Class yesterday, and this is the only thing I worked on during X-Men First Class. This is my Silver Shred USA Bat Signal bag, and this is the Faded Glory shawl, which is Lala's Simple Shawl pattern by Laura Linneman, using Lady Fernico Creations bulky in the colorway Forever and Blue Jeans. So
This is getting big.
I have this much of my third skein, and then I have my final skein to go into. So it is getting quite large. I could probably finish it here and still have it be a nice size, but I'm going to go until the absolute.
It's showing up nice.
Yes. I look forward to having this. This is nice and warm. Just
This would make a nice bunny.
my shawl?
No, this color.
Yes, it would.
And not in this weight necessarily. This would be your chunky bunny.
Well, I'm going to be making a chunky bunny because I got that yarn from Marigold Jen, that really chunky yarn that I fell in love with.
right.
I picked up 2 skeins.
But isn't that going to be the wrong color?
I don't care.
Poor bunny's going to be sad.
I want
Make a turtle.
No.
Make a turtle.
No.
Make a turtle.
I've got to know.
You've got to know. Make a turtle.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. I am doing my part, Laura, even if I am Team L. I am Team Turtle for this. Okay.
For my shawl? Your Team Turtle for my shawl?
Absolutely. Okay. My next project, where is it? I know I brought the bag out here.
It's because you rooted against the bunny.
Where's my angel bag at?
The angel bag is weeping because you rooted against the bunny.
No, oh, here it is. Okay. This is my Knitting's My Bag, and from what I understand, she has closed shop. I heard from a viewer, I think, that...
It was Looney Hiker.
Yeah, I thought so. So thank you for corroborating that for us. When I went, I did see that her shop was closed, that everything seemed to be closed. That's sad, but, she has to do what she has to do.
Yes.
But anyway, in my Knitting's My Bag, Angel Bag, and this one is one I will not get rid of because I love this. She actually did this fabric for me. So, keep this. This is my Bright's Baby Blanket from the Malt Pattern by Tin Can Knits. I'm using US 8th and 5mm Chow Red Lace interchangeable.
I love how that yarn
This is pretty yarn. Now, this is the one where I'd stopped for a while because...
What's the weight?
This is worsted.
Okay, I might have to pick some up at some point. Because I really do like the way that works out.
I really like that. And they have different colors. So I'm starting into the pattern now, the very simple pattern. See how you can see here, look.
Oh yeah, I see what you... I don't think that anyone will
and
hardly notice.
See, it's right there.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to ignore it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no one's going to really notice.
I mean, they might, but I'm going to call it a design element. But I really like the way this is turning out. The skein itself.
I can tell what you did. I think it's just that I would have had to drop down very...
Well, you couldn't figure it out when I showed it to you the first time. So this is what the yarn looks like. I really, really like this. I had gotten this originally with the idea of doing mitered squares.
I think you might have shown me too close to it. I couldn't tell from...
Well, yeah, I didn't have enough done.
Yeah, for me.
And this, as long as I pay attention to where I'm at, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, well, all you did was you knit when you should have purled on the wrong side.
Right. So, and it's just in one little section, so it's going to be a little... It's right here. I don't know if you can see it. See right here?
Yeah, you can barely tell because of where you did it.
So, it'll be fine. It's going to charity, and I'm hoping that the person likes it despite the little design element. It doesn't affect the warmth of the blanket, and it really does look nice.
Mm-hmm.
And this yarn is called... This is one of the Hobby Lobby yarns. I don't know if I have...
Your tag?
My tag. I don't think I have my tag in here. I have like 6 or 7 more over there. I think I kept just enough to finish this. I don't think I kept all the ones I had. I might have. I don't know.
You might have, because you might have wanted to make sure you had enough for the blanket.
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying this project now that I brought it back out. Because it's just straight. You know, I don't have to go in a circle or anything.
My next project is in my Knitting Den Kiku Bags teacups bag. And this is a favorite bag of mine.
I like that size.
Well, I use this bag a lot. Now, granted, it's also holding a pair of socks that I really enjoy knitting.
I think I have mine. I think I have a project that hasn't been worked on in a while in there.
Well, I also like it because it has teacups on it.
Yeah, I do too. I usually put my hats in there until I do socks, and I am going to do socks eventually because I got that very nice loom from Laura.
But let me stick this needle behind my ear. These are the Plum Deluxe socks, which is Miss L's basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L, using Lady Furnico Creations sport weight in the colorway Plum Deluxe. Well, you know, I keep showing you the first sock because it's been done in eon.
And it has to have its close-up.
Yes. I need to actually wash my other socks. I keep saying I need to, and I haven't.
I have stopped wearing them right now because it's been too warm.
You see, I like wearing them at night.
Right, but I don't wear mine at night.
Well, no, I don't mean night in bed. I mean, like, when I'm the only one up in the house
right.
and I get chilly at night because you guys like it a little cooler in the house than I do. But here's sock number 1. And I don't need to worry about washing them quite as often when I just do that.
Right.
For that, because I'm not necessarily sweating in them. But, and here's sock number 2.
Very pretty. I like the way it's working out.
So,
we met a lady at the bookstore who liked those.
Yes, although she was actually not watching. She was watching us do toys when she bumped into the table.
Yeah, we were sitting there. She was so cute. I guess she was watching us. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she was watching us.
But she was looking at us, and she bumped right into the table.
But in the table next to us, and I could tell she was watching it. So it gave me an in to sort of be like, you know, you okay? And it let her start the conversation because I kind of tell she wanted to.
Yeah, she was sweet,
but maybe she was a little bit cautious about, or a little shy about starting a conversation with someone she didn't know.
We're not shy. We're like, I mean, we are, but we're not. I mean, she was standing there.
We're not particularly shy about our crafting.
Right. So it was like, okay, we told her about Ravelry, told her about the Ravelry group.
I need to get my cards and get them back in my purse because I haven't removed them from the backpack that I put them in.
We're running out of cards and stuff. I want to see about getting more handouts.
I had to wait till another couple paydays because last hospital bill really nailed me.
Yeah, I need to get some Lady Furnico Creations ones done up. I can either use Maureen's or Daddy can do one or something because Maureen gave me some good stuff for that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you done with that one?
Yes.
Okay. My next one is in my Turbo Knitter 64 yellow Mickey Mouse bag. Well, Mickey Mouse on a yellow bag. He's not a yellow Mickey Mouse.
Minnie's on there too.
Oh, she is. And this I won from Kenneth, and I love it. And I didn't do a whole lot on this, maybe 1 or 2 rounds. But it's coming along. No rush.
And the bag
is
is from Kenneth, not the loom or the...
Right. You gave me the loom for Christmas or birthday or something. There we go. So, just starting out, and those of you who've been with us for a while know that I ripped this back. It was a lot further, but I didn't like what it was doing. It was not looking... I think I had a hole in it, so I still don't know how to drop down to fix it. So, okay, so this is... I'm just about ready now to do the... I think I have one more row, or maybe I'm just already there where I don't have to do the specialty stitch, and I can just go right into the knitting.
That's the other thing, is you had a specialty stitch even if you didn't know how to drop down.
Right. So this is fun. I've done a couple of this pattern already. And it's the...
a couple of this pattern?
Yeah.
A couple of projects in this pattern?
A couple of this pattern. And it's called the Nifty Knitter Cowl with Pom-Poms / Imogen Cowl Pattern by Lion Brand. And the yarn is James C. Brett Marble Chunky. And
Lion Brand does write a good pattern. The very first... Was it the first sweater? Yeah, it was the first sweater that I crocheted, which is actually the first sweater I made, was a Lion Brand pattern, the one I made Davina.
Right.
And that was out Lion Brand yarn, too. So Lion Brand has, even if I don't really make anything in their patterns anymore, it has a special place in my heart because it did start me, it was one of my first serious projects.
Let me see here.
Actually, that might have been my first serious project.
This is one of the few bags that actually fits it, but I've got a book in here that keeps messing up where my loom can get on the bottom of the bag, so there we go. That should do it. I want to catch my yarn. There we go. All right.
Okay, so next, I don't think this got a whole ton of work, but it usually does. Usually it's a little bit of work here and there. In my Velveteen Rabbit Little Skein in the Big Wool bag, it's funny. As long as I think of Kay and Little House on the Prairie, I remember who the bag maker is. That's the only way I remember. Anyway, this is the Happy Snails Trail hat, which is the Bankhead pattern by Susie Gorley. And I'm using Miracle Jen Yarns, colorway Happy Snail Trails. And
there's one of Cappy's stitch markers.
Yeah, one of Cappy's stitch markers.
Very pretty.
So, it's a turtle. An orange turtle. And yeah, this is just, it's making progress.
It is. It looks pretty. I like it.
I really enjoy this pattern.
It's gonna be cute on a young kid or something.
So,
let's see here. Okay, my next one is Samwise Gamgee from the Angel Hat pattern by K.F. Jones, and I'm using US 6s and US 7s, Chalgu red laced fixed circular needles. I don't know why I keep saying that, because you guys know what I'm using for the most part. This is Marigold Jen Yarns Worsted Superwash Merino in the Scenic Route colorway, and I have made a little progress here.
I fully intended to make something out of my Scenic Route, I just haven't yet.
I think it should be an owl. So, I always think.
Now, why is a green owl non-creepy, but a green bunny creepy?
Actually, I don't think green bunny would be creepy. Because I looked at the projects. So I'm making progress on this. I just started the actual hat itself, because this is the ribbing. I did a little more ribbing, and I may do a couple more rows on the crown as well. The top here of the hat, because my husband's got a slightly bigger head than I do. So even with my little...
Yeah, this adds like inches and width and everything. How come you're still a little damp?
My hair dries slow.
All day?
Sometimes. Okay, so this is how much I have in here right now. And this is really, really pretty. This is mostly greens and then purples and blues and yellows, and it's so pretty. Jenny does a really good job on her yarn. It matches my bag. And I started this for the You're My Hero Cal.
I have like a radio station in my head, because now I'm hearing Jenny in wait, no, it's Judy in Disguise's song, but decided it was going to be Jenny in Disguise for a second.
Anyway, I also did this project for the Angel Hat Cal for Brittany. I didn't finish it, but that's okay. I'll finish it.
Well, it got you started.
Yeah.
And it's available for the Whip It. Okay, so you would have seen at the beginning of the podcast, because apparently it's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to be doing funds at the beginning, and I'll probably try to find a way to put all of them in there, even if I had to put several people's projects in the same slide. I'll see what I can do.
I didn't put mine in there because I didn't do it there.
No.
My projects never get in the front.
Neither do mine.
My projects never get in the front.
The whole point is you...
My projects never get in the front.
And they won't.
My projects never get in the front. I'm going to cry little project tears.
They won't get in the front, because...
That is called discrimination.
It is discrimination. And I am unapologetic about it.
Discrimination.
Discrimination. Absolutely. Absolutely.
She doesn't love me.
You're right. It's a terrible thing. So this is Mystique, which is the Fun the Chameleon pattern designed by me.
That'd make pretty socks.
It would. And I'm using... oh, I still haven't changed in my show notes, but this is Heidi's...
Autism Awareness?
Autism Awareness yarn, undid yarn.
Do you require assistance?
I'm just looking for... Oh, there it is. I always lose this little ridge.
Oh, yeah. I tend to stuff it in the head.
Yeah. So...
I'm so cute.
I
love the one that
actually since she's Misty.
I think it was Neater C just did one that had the solid head because her husband or somebody, brother or somebody, asked for a solid head, and then she did the eyes slightly different, but it looked almost exactly like one of the chameleons on.
And you will see her chameleon in the front. Actually, you would have already seen it because I'm planning on having to do with all the chameleons. So I'm working on the tail now.
Cute.
This is actually really cute.
It is. It is.
If I do say so myself.
And you do.
So I haven't posted that thread for a little while because apparently I've been a real slacker. I need to de-slack.
He says that he may be cute, but he's useful.
Yes, he is.
But, okay, my next project is one I apparently really wanted to work on. One of the ones I really wanted to work on. And this is my Valeria shawl project from the Perfect Retreat Shawl pattern by Susan B. Anderson. And this was gifted to me by Valeria. And I'm using US 9s, Chow Glue Red Lace Circulars, and Miss Babs Yowza in the Maryland Sheep and Wool 2016 colorway, and the Black Watch, which I haven't gotten to yet. But I made quite a bit of progress on this, because it's apparently what I wanted to work. So you can see it's grown quite a bit here. I think I did like, I don't know, 12 or 14 rows or something. I'm not sure. I like the way that's coming out. That would make a pretty owl. And it make a pretty turtle. It might even make a pretty bunny. Kind of an old-fashioned bunny.
Just an old-fashioned bunny.
Going down in 3-part harmony.
Yeah.
So that's it. I'm hoping to finish this pretty soon, but we'll see. I'd like to finish this. I'd like to get some off the needles because I have other shawls I want to make. My husband just rolls his eyes at me, but another shawl? What do you need with another shawl?
To wear.
To wear and to give away and
to love.
To love and to squeeze and yeah, I'm kind of strange that way. Because I tried making sweaters, and I don't mind making sweaters, but I like shawls.
I'm kind of out of a sweater phase.
Yeah.
Dad asked why we didn't just knit ourselves skirts, and I was just like, nah.
Well, skirts, you have to be
such
really
a tight gauge.
Well, you also have to be the right kind of body type to wear a knitted skirt.
Or it shows
everything, and I'm just not wanting to do that.
Not to mention, if I want to make it as long as I would want something like that to be, it would take forever to knit.
Well, you'd almost have to make it in a bulky, and then it would be hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the next one is... Where is the... Oh, that's where it is. Okay. Is in my tortoise versus hare bag.
Wrong side, wrong side, wrong side.
It's got a birtle there.
It's not a birtle, it's a turtle bunny.
It's a birtle.
Turtle bunny.
It's a birtle.
Turtle bunny, turtle bunny.
Birtle. And actually I can't show you what's on the inside because it's Annika, which is the tutorial pattern for the Valeria, the Dutch bunny. So,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes.
And in my...
I worked on her quite a bit.
In my Mama C citrus owls. Well, they're not really citrus. There's actually an apple in there, too. Love my owls. This is... I can't show you.
So, fruit owls?
I don't know. They make me happy. They're happy owls. I love this bag. Because it's made for me. This is from Mama C, and this is a test pattern for what? No, I don't need to know what Wikipedia says about forest. Okay. This is the Franciscan Gypsy Designs pattern for Tara, and so I can't show you. And her name is, I couldn't remember before, Gypsy. So this is Gypsy, and I'm using undead yarn for the entire turtle. So,
why did you write "I win" on your napkin?
Because I win.
What did you win?
I win. I win. Everything. Everything. Good.
When did you start doodling during the podcast? Okay. Next is...
Is someone calling you?
It's Heidi on the fun.
Oh. We'll get back to you, Heidi. I told her that we were podcasting.
Okay. So...
Is that what she was talking about?
I barely glanced. I just glanced at enough to see it was Heidi because I don't want to be sitting here reading her message on the podcast.
Yeah.
But in my knockoff Vera Bradley bag, this is the bag I take to Adoration. It's got some religious books in it, and also has 2 knitting projects that are for charity, so I can work on it while I'm sitting there praying and, put some prayers into it. So this is Cornflower, which is the 7th pattern by Kelly Van Niekerk. I'm using Yarn Bee, Baby Bee, Sweet Delight, and the colorway Cobalt.
Oh, you started a new one.
Yeah, and I've made baby hats out of this, actually in this pattern, out of this yarn before. I just really like this color, and I have a fair amount of it left over.
That's Baby Bee, you said?
Yeah. So you're gonna see like another baby hat that looks exactly the same. So, just started this.
Very nice.
And I'm still in the early parts. I haven't changed needles yet. And this is my go-to baby hat.
Oh, you start on smaller needles?
You start on smaller needles and you move up.
Right. Okay, my next one is in my Forest Creatures Hedgehog bag. This is another Silver Shed USA bag that I won from Kenneth when he was doing the... he was featuring Leading Men Fiber Arts, and they were carrying Anne's bag, so I got this in a skein of yarn. I gave the skein of yarn away not because I didn't like the yarn, but because it was fingering weight.
Right.
Okay, but this is my Stormy Seas hat, which is the Wind Branch pattern by Laura Smoot. So I didn't do a whole lot on this because I was busy with other things. I really like the color of this yarn. The yarn is Kim Dye's yarn Brioche DK in the Dark and Dangerous colorway.
Dark and dangerous.
Dark and dangerous. I got a lot of whips to put into those cal-cals. So it's hard to see what the colors are in here because it's so bunched up, but this is what it looks like. That's really pretty. Blues and gray, blues and purples, navies. I don't think there's any black in here. It's mostly blues, purples, navies, some lavender.
See, I don't see the purple. It looks like Batman colors.
This is purple right here.
It's kind of a gray.
No, it's purple. That's purple. That one's kind of gray, but there's purple in here. This is like a black here, black gray. But she does a really good job. I enjoyed talking to her the year that we bought this. I bought it when we were Shenandoah last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
You bought it from who?
Kim.
Yeah.
Kim Dyes.
Yeah, it was the Shenandoah last year.
So
I wasn't listening. I was thinking about something else.
something else. Yeah. Okay, your turn.
Okay, so the last one I have to show is a new project because, but of course I don't have enough whips. I have plenty of whips I haven't even worked on in a long time, but this is Robin's Egg Blankets. It's the Building Blocks pattern by Annie Dempsey. I just wanted to start a baby blanket for charity.
And this is what got me started again on my other baby blanket. I was going to take it out and start this one, and I looked at it and said there's no reason to take it out. So. Yeah.
So I'm using some leftover, way back when I had made one of George, 10 Hours or Less's baby blankets. It's a really nice one with the heart in the center. And I was going to start that one again, but I wanted something that I could do in Adoration that has a chart on it. It's a very simple chart, but my brain hasn't been up to charts lately. I wanted
George's, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Our very own George.
George's charts are very easy to follow.
Well, George is very approachable and very available. So even if you don't understand, but his patterns are great.
Right. It's just that for me at this point in time, I did not want anything that had a chart. And that's the one that I like the best is that heart one. I loved that one. I used to actually knit it on the podcast because it was so easy to work, and I loved the way it turned out. But I just didn't want to have to focus on that. So I looked for other patterns that were simple but still nice. And I found this one, the Building Blocks blanket. And I started on that. And I have a bunch of this yarn left over from the last time I made one of George's blankets. And I think it's supposed to be 38 by 38 when I'm done.
It's nice.
So, the nice thing about this pattern is it has directions for, I think it's sport weight yarn, worsted weight yarn, and bulky weight yarn.
Did you already change? No, it's all garter on here.
This is
right?
still garter.
Yeah.
It's a long garter area.
Yeah, it's just bunched up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I probably have at least double what I've got here to do for garter still.
Oops.
So I've been getting a little bit of this done. But, yeah. I felt like having an option for when I'm in the chapel.
Well, I have a feeling that will give me a second option for baby blankets, because I like the Tin Can Knits one, and that would be a nice option because I was looking at the pattern. I haven't bought it yet, but I think I'm going to, because it will be a second option for something easy that looks nice, because I can't do a lot of crocheting for baby blankets, and those look like they're worsted or bulky or whatever.
Yeah.
They go fast, and they're nice. They look nice. Okay.
It's a bigger baby blanket, so it's not going to go as fast as some of the others, but...
Right, well, you can always change, the size of it. Okay, in my Star Wars at bag, this is my Silver Shed USA. I think this is my extra large bag.
AT.
At bag.
AT.
This is my Mother's Day shawl from the Dead Easy pattern by Heidi, who is Undead Yarn.
Have you changed colors yet?
No, I have not. This is going to be interesting. Heidi was talking about how it's a very small shawlette, and I think mine's going to be a little bit bigger because I'm just going to keep going.
Well, you have enough yarn.
Yeah, and I don't know how it's going to end up falling. I don't know if it's going to change the way it falls. I'm willing to take that chance to see how it turns out because I want to use her yarn and I want to use most of it. So, but this, I did do some of it on here, and this is all 3 yarns are hers that I'm using on this. So, Heidi, I'm working 2 projects that are all Undead yarn. All Undead yarn, not part Undead yarn, all Undead yarn. And one of them is not a toy, Heidi.
How about that?
We love Heidi because she's a sweetheart, and she takes a lot of ribbing from us.
Yes, she does.
She's very sweet. Okay, so that's that.
Do you have anything on the bookshelf?
No.
I do, and on the bookshelf is our finished object section. Whoopsie.
It's a bunny.
He is a bunny. This is Fun Baby. I finished the 7th pattern
Looks
baby
so
hat
cute.
I was working on. So
It's adorable. Little rainbow hat. You won't lose
Crayola
that baby. Oh, no, rainbow head. Skittle head. Skittle head.
I'm thinking of that weird Skittles commercial.
Oh, that's really strange. We went to the movies to see Guardians of the Galaxy about 3 weeks ago. And one of the commercials showed a guy covered with Skittles. And the girl actually takes a Skittle off. I mean, first of all, if you think he's got some kind of contagious disease, who does that? And she eats it and says, and then she says it's a contagious, and she has Skittles. It's one of the grossest commercials.
And he kept playing the commercial over
yeah,
and
it was
over.
like every other. It was really gross.
But Crayola head.
No, Skittle head, Foon head,
Phone head.
phone head, phone home.
I've still never seen E.T.
E.T. Yeah, that's cute. It's so cute.
How have I never seen E.T.?
I don't know. We're gonna have to put this on a Humana and take a picture. I want to see it on a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
All right. So is that all your FOs?
yes.
Do you have any royalties?
One, right before the podcast, Davina gave me a
Yeah.
new necklace she'd made. So,
Isn't that pretty? And it's looking bigger because it's close to the camera. It is a good size.
I mean, it's
bigger.
still a
It's-
fairly good size.
It's a fairly chunky necklace, but
but at least it's chunky just in the pendant.
Right.
It's not chunky around here.
yeah. I mean, it's bigger than most, but that we wear normally. But it's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice size.
And it's a nice length. I'm not going to wear it with this outfit because I'm wearing blue and black. It really doesn't go with the... But I did need a couple that weren't geek, so this is
Right.
good.
Now, I have several stash enhancements because we celebrated Mother's Day this weekend, because we had Maryland Sheep and Wool, then we had Davina's birthday, then Talia was not home to celebrate Mother's Day that following week, and we went to my parents' house, and she had to work and all that, and then we long story short, or as Amy used to say, long story long, we celebrate Mother's Day yesterday. Okay, we went out on Saturday, we were at the bookstore, went out to Olive Garden, and then we had a meal here. Talia made me ziti, Davina made the sauce, my husband made the pie, and we had the gifts. So this is, the shirt I'm wearing was a gift. I had a skirt on that went with it. That was a gift as well. This Davina is one of the necklaces that Davina gave me.
Actually, the funny thing is, I think that our necklaces go with each other's outfits.
Yeah. I wore this to church. I figured I didn't care. We broke up the stuff, so I'm going to put it back on. I'll take it off when we go for a walk, if we go for a walk. Okay, so I have that, and then, before I go into my gifts, I won the prize of Brittany's note cards from the Angel Hat Cow. It kind of blew me away. I was hoping I would. So I've got these lovely cards and some tags, some Earl Grey tea, and a nice little message. So thank you very much, Brittany. Much appreciated. That was a fun cow, and I was surprised.
It was a very fun one.
It was a fun cow.
Yeah.
Now, the actual gifts, I didn't buy any of this stuff, okay? This is, some of my gifts are upstairs. I'm not going to worry about those, the clothes and stuff like that. But,
I got a new prayer book, but I didn't bring it over here.
Right.
I mean, it is over here, but I'm not sure if anyone wants to see it.
Right. Okay, this is the yarn that you saw before that Talia bought for me at Maryland Sheep and Wool. This is Tess Designer Yarns, and this is 570 yards of worsted weight.
And you guys saw it when I picked up, this was no surprise, I picked up Mom's Mother's Day gifts while she was standing there.
And this is going to be probably a weigh-it. So,
although it might make a good Heidi shawl. You've got the,
well, it's not, it's variegated though, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's not.
I can't tell by looking at it.
I think it's variegated.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's as, I'll know better when I cake it.
Right.
And this is actually a, this is actually a sheet bag, but it's really sturdy, so I put it in there so it wouldn't get caught on anything. And then my husband, bless his heart, found me a couple books. We saw this when we were at my parents. My parents. I have this book in the knitting, crocheting, and hand dyeing. And this is the circular knitting. And I wanted this because it really has some detailed photographs and instructions. I love craftsy classes, but sometimes I can't see really well. So this shows the cast-ons and stuff really, really well. And I'm thinking it'll help me with the DPNs and with the magic loop. And also maybe with the fixing of things. This and the classes together.
Right.
So this is a very good set. I have 4 of these books in this series. I don't know if that's all of them, but I have all 4.
Do you have the one book about fixing your mistakes? Yes, you do. I see Knit Fix. Okay, you do have it.
Yeah, I do have it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because that was one of my earliest knitting books that I picked up.
Right. The other one, the one I need to get is
the pink
one.
book.
Now, this is something that he surprised me with. My husband's a painter, for those of you who don't know. Okay, he designed the chameleon bag and put it together, but he did the artwork. And he knows some avenues that would be interesting for me as a dyer for color stuff. So he got me this. It's 2,000 color combinations. Okay, and it shows, it's kind of like paint swatches and stuff, but like what goes together and what doesn't. In case I get stuck for whatever reason, I think it's a really neat idea. It's a really great resource. I kind of play with this palette a lot. And then the last thing that I got, but certainly not least, was a surprise. I was talking to Laura Concert on Facebook. You know, we were having a real-time conversation. And out of the blue, she asks me what my favorite Disney and or Star Wars characters are. So I tell her, and, you know, wondering why she's asking
Such a random question.
And then we talked about that, and then I had to go and I don't remember if she told me that to expect something or not. Cause
I remember that morning we were debating like who favorites were. Well, you could count Marvel as Disney if you really wanted to, or you could count Star Wars as Disney.
This box came, and it came from Etsy, and I'm like, I didn't order anything from Etsy. And I remembered Kathy, Cat B913, my husband's home. Cat B913 was Kathy. She used to have a podcast.
It was plus Kathy. What was your podcast name?
I can't remember, but it'll come to me. But this box, I'm like, I didn't order it unless I ordered it in my sleep, which was what Kathy said when I sent her blip. No, this is from Laura, and I got a little nice. I didn't take it out of the plastic yet. Take out the plastic, and I got a nice little note saying this was from Laura Concert, and I just love it. It makes me happy. It's a Yoda owl. I just love it. Isn't he adorable?
His wings do look like ears.
Yoda owl. Just love him. He makes me so happy.
There is no try. Do or
do not. There is no try. I just love him to pieces, and he's gonna sit up there. My desk is over here to my left. You're right, and there's a shelf up there. He's gonna sit up there and watch me, with his wisdom and his forcefulness.
Somebody's watch.
So Laura, I cannot tell you. I did thank her already, but I wanted to thank her on the podcast because I just love this. And the shop is so good to see you. Handmade treasures.
I feel like she got like a TARDIS one or something.
Yeah, she got something.
Because someone gave it to her in an exchange.
I just love it. It makes me very, very happy. So thank you, Laura, very, very much. I appreciate this immensely.
Very cute.
So he's going to go in there. Okay. Now, I guess we are now at autobiography.
We are. One of the reasons I'm so far behind in podcasts is I saw the trailer to Defenders, and I've been really looking forward to that show. So I've been rewatching some of Daredevil, and I started watching Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's completely Luke Cage and Daredevil's fault.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing huge. Tara's still in testing, trying to get Valerian to testing. So.
Okay. Before I go into I guess I'll do my autobiography first. I did do some writing, not a lot. I'm really wanting to push that forward. It never takes me this long to write something, but I just having a rough time with it. I'm doing the prompting for the Percolator writing group that I'm involved with. And I did read some of My Draw of Kings by Patrick Carr, yes. And Mary Queen of Apostles by James Alberione, Blessed James Alberione. Do you have anything to do for your shop?
No, because like I said, I'm still working on getting. I need to get fun in the Etsy shop, but
yeah. Okay, now you guys saw. You probably wondering. I said I was going to put this up. I haven't had a chance for my husband to put up pictures. So you know about these three that are going to be going up: my Lady Diva and my Citrus. These are the ones I've done this time around. These are both fingering weight. I haven't quite got the name, but Davina suggested parrot. I'm thinking maybe tropical birds.
Oh, it definitely is like a tropical bird. She's right. She's got a... Because there are tropical birds for that color.
It's still
usually
damp.
Parrots.
But this is the colors. And I have two of these, fingering weight. I have to touch up the other one.
But it couldn't be Iago, because Iago's what? He's, what color is Iago?
I don't know. But this is the colorway. They both are the same. The other one just needs to be touched up a little bit before I can put it up in the shop. So...
Very nice.
And these are, they are 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, 462 yards, fingering weight. So I hope to have this touched up and put up in the shop in the next week or so. And then I'm going to have to start working on some other things I need to dye up, which I will let you know about later. So I'm going to put this here. Okay. This is really soft. You feel this?
Hold on. Yeah, it is.
So I hope you like these.
It's very
so
pretty.
I will have these 2, 3, 5 yarns going up relatively quickly if I can get my husband to take pictures after it dries. I don't know what happened to my other band. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's it for mine. You don't have anything for your shop at all? Okay.
No.
Okay, so I'll have to hang that up. All right, we do want to thank the people who commented both on Ravelry and on YouTube. I want to thank Lisa and Nitty Girl 1 for their comments on YouTube. If you have commented since the time I looked, we thank you as well. We just didn't see them.
Yeah, I think it's only 2 of them, because usually I get notifications, but I haven't checked my email yet today.
Right. So with that, I think we're done. Are we podcasting on Monday?
I check my schedule.
Okay, I think we're podcasting on
I
Monday.
think so, because I don't work Monday again this schedule.
But you work Sunday, right?
Yes.
How's that going to affect things?
It shouldn't. It
All
never
right.
does.
We will let you know if things change, okay? But we want to wish you all a very pleasant, happy week full of every blessing and good thing, full of knitting, crocheting, all that good kind of stuff. And we hope to see you here again in the PHN Fun in the Woman Cave, or lots of fun in the Woman Cave, next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 262, and that's a wrap.